Hello, welcome to another quick flyer artwork design. Every week we go through how to create a new flyer, and today we're going to look at so many techniques from how to create the background, manipulate it, and play around with fonts and shape layers. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe, like, and share. Okay, let's start by creating a new document. Let me make it 1000 width by 1000 height. Alright, let me change the bit to 8 bits. Okay, let's create it. Okay, let's import in files. Go to file, place linked, and import in your file. So let me import in my background and let me transform it to fit almost 3/4, more than half of my workspace. Okay, so let's select create a new layer and let's draw using the pen tool. Draw a shape, our design shape. If you don't know how to use the pen tool, I'm going to bring you a tutorial on how to use it, or you can search on the internet. Okay, let's create the shape, and this shape, let me move it a little bit down. Let me duplicate it 4 times. I need 4 pieces, 2 for designing, as you see. And let me move this image in the second place. Let me turn off the visibility of the bottom 2 layers, and let me create clipping mask for the first 2 layers, and let me reduce the opacity of the top layer so that we can see our image. And let me open its blending options and change its colors. I'm really fast. You can pause and follow along in case you're lost. So let me duplicate this image so that I can fill this part, okay, as you can see, and let me make it blur. So let me select Gaussian blur to make it a bit not so visible. I think that works for me. Alright, okay, let me create clipping mask for this layer. It had gone out. Okay, now let me manipulate these 2 designs, bottom designs, to give me a cool design. So let me first change their colors. Let me drag it down so that you can see it and change its color, as you can see. Okay, and Control T to transform it. Let me rotate it around. Oh, sorry. Okay, as you can see, let me rotate around to create such a cool design. On the second one, let me do the same thing for the second one. Change its color to orange and select it. Let me first move it down, Control T, and let me rotate it in the opposite side from the first. Alright, you can see that effect. Let me tweak it a little bit to make it more nice. This is how I create my designs. I use shapes at times. I don't usually import in things outside. So let me create a new solid background and give it a yellow, and let me put it at the very bottom. Let me drag it below all the layers. Okay, that's my yellow design, and that's how I create my backgrounds. So just follow along as I tweak a few things here. Okay, let me try to separate these colors so that they don't look like the solid color in the background, the yellow. Okay, now let me import in my logos. So when I'm designing, I design in directions. If I start from up going down, or down going up, or start from the center expanding out. So let me start from the center going outside. So let me import in my logo, and you can also import in your logos. You don't have to really use the same words because this is already a logo used by a church. It's owned by a church. I just borrowed it for this tutorial, so just follow along how I do my flyers. Okay, let me change the spacing here. Oh, let me make it a little So I'm going to be really quick, but if you have time you can tweak this according to your liking. Let me just show you how I position my fonts. Right, let me put this here and let me create a new font. So usually I create every word on a different layer. Right, so just follow along. I'm just typing. So let me expand this, the name of the pasta, to really be as the length to fit the agape word. So I think it has really expanded out well. Now let me select the rectangle tool and create kind of a line. I want a line, but I want it a little bit thick. That's why I use rectangles, because rectangles give me that thick kind of feel. Okay, let me place it right there, right in the center, and below it let me write "Rising a People with." Let me first decrease this font and change its color to white. Okay, a little. Okay, that's so small. Okay, that will work because it's quite a big sentence. Raising a people with a love revelation. So I'm designing from center going outside. It's a good thing to have a sense of direction when designing. It eases your work than starting from everywhere. So you start from the left, the right, the top, the bottom. You know, you end up with a mess. But if you start from one direction, it helps a lot. So let me center these words. All right. Okay, let me import again another logo because this design has two logos. No, this is not the one. Let me remove it. Let me import in another one. If you have more than two logos, you can put them in the edges. You can put it at the top or at the bottom edge. Let me use the top. All right, let me create a new layer and let me first put in rulers. I want to create something on a straight line here. So let me create like a rectangle pointing down and let me give it a shape. And let me get rid of the rulers and zoom in this artwork. Okay, let me change its color to white. All right, let me reduce it a little bit. Okay, that works. Okay, let me write the word presents. Okay, let me center it. All right. So the fonts I use CMG Sans. Okay, let me create the venue. Let me give it a little design. So now I'm concentrating on corners. I've put what I have to put in the center. Now I'm creating other designs in corners to balance the space. Let me select the centered paragraph. Okay, let me make it black and put it on top of our rectangle, yellow rectangle. Let me reduce it a little bit. So I'm really fast, but if you have time you can try out different font sizes and fonts. let me select the rectangle again. I want to create a stroke, a rectangular stroke, as you saw it in our design. So I'm just really trying to recreate what you saw at the beginning. So I'm already looking at it here, so it's really easy for me to do it. That's why I'm fast. Okay, let me name this stroke because there are so many rectangles here and they might confuse me. So it's a good practice to name your layers so that you don't get confused. Type in venue. Let me bring it in. Okay, let me draw another rectangle to separate. Let me give it a white color. Okay, that's it. Let me type again. The venue name. So if you want your text to center as you're typing, you need to select the centered paragraph. All right, let me put it there. Give it a yellow. So let me duplicate this rectangle and drag it down here. I want to make it separate because I'm bringing in a new text. So let me type in a new text here. Go. Make it white. Okay, right there. So I think the rectangle is kind of big. The stroke, let me reduce it because my word stopped there. All right. Okay, so let me import in the man of God's image. Okay, zoom in, zoom out actually, and let me expand this image. Right, so let me create a circle. Now I'm going to create another design for time, and this circle, let me give it a purple fill, dark purple, and let me duplicate it. On the second duplicate, I don't want the fill, I only want the stroke. So mute the fill and only put the stroke and increase the stroke. Okay, let me give it a bevel in blending options. I believe by now you know how to go to layer styles. You double click on the layer to open layer styles and just follow along as I add in these effects. Let me make it look okay. So let me type gets open. Let me give it another color, it's hard to see. Let me give it an orange, yellowish color. Okay, let me place it there. Cocoa Goose bold, fragile actually. It's kind of bold. So let me type another word. That's the gets open time, 4 p.m. Let me give it an extra bold font. Let me give it a yellow instead of an orange. Okay, let me duplicate the gets open and type in delete and type in starting time, because I want to use the same exact size and font, so it's easy for me to duplicate it when typing a new one and type in a new time. Okay, so that's how I can design my time in a beautiful circle. So I highlight everything in my design so that it's visible. Okay, let me change the feel of this circle. It was so dark. Okay, now that's good purple. Okay, let's create a new layer and draw. Okay, let me first put rulers here because I'm really estimating from head. These rulers help you, give you guidelines when you're drawing. So let me give it a shape and a feel. Let me change its color to white. Okay, let me draw another one. Before you draw, you need to click on add new layer icon below. Let me give it a purple. Okay, that works. Okay, let me remove the rulers. Okay, select the type tool and let me type in the contacts. I try to highlight every information because on flyers, I think every information is important, and it has to be readable. So oops, okay, let me first type these numbers. It's going outside our composition. I'm trying to put the exact information in case you're interested. You wanna search or give a call, you don't use or send an email to a wrong website. And let me type here the word free entry. Let me add an exclamation. I think let me first make it bold. Okay, little bold and italic. Okay, that's okay. Let me add an exclamation mark. Free entry. Wow. Okay. Love meeting. Now let me write some hashtags here. The love movement. Actually, this event happens every Wednesday, so the love movement. Okay, I think let me change this font. Cocoa Blues. Okay, let me write another hashtag. Love encounter. Love encounter. And another hashtag, time for love. Okay, let me space it, make the spaces equal. Let me move them a little bit away from the circle. Alright, I think that's it. So this is the rough copy, and I will tweak it. Let me first import in more. Now I just want to stylize, add in flares. You can download these flares on the internet just to give it more beauty and more light. So I duplicate it. Let me put it down here. rotate it around. So you can add in anything you want to beautify your artwork, but for now let me stop here so that we can cut this tutorial really short. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. Remember to subscribe and press the notification bell to receive notifications every time I upload new videos. Stay blessed.